Okay, hi, my name's Chris O'Brien. I'm a technical marketing director in Cisco's UCS computing business, and I manage our solutions. And today I wanted to talk about, we've heard of a lot of, obviously we've talked about the technology, NVMe over Fabric, talked about what we're doing from SAN analytics perspective. You've seen a great demo on that. But what I wanted to talk about was what we're doing from a solution perspective. So we do have a number of solutions. I'm not going to go around the wheel, so to speak, but the one I want to focus on is the one on the top right, which is, we call it Data Center Modernization. It's mainly dealing with our hyperconverged as well as our converged infrastructure stacks. And if you're familiar with Cisco, as we talked about in the beginning, we've got a very strong presence in the converged infrastructure space. So I wanted to talk about how we are going to help accelerate adoption of this technology, and how we can ease people into utilizing this technology. And the first thing, when we look at our converged infrastructure offerings, we kind of address it, at least within the business unit, as we have this base platform, which consists of Nexus, UCS, MDS, and our storage partner. So this base platform then can take many different forms and shapes depending on the configuration you physically implement, as well as logically what you do within those platforms themselves. So when you bring this all together, it becomes kind of a better together story. But we're able to support from this base platform, SAP, SAP HANA, Oracle, AML workloads, VDI instances. The point is we look at our UCS converged infrastructure stacks as a uniform model and a very clean implementation that can be rinsed, washed, and repeated across your infrastructure. Now, one of those infrastructures that we've had for many years, 10 years actually this year, is FlexPod. That's our partnership with NetApp. And this platform, we've really looked at it as an innovation platform since day one. So, from the very beginning where we're doing FCOE to where we brought in ACI to where we're, full-blown metro cluster solutions, both fiber channel and IP based, now to this next generation protocol, the model, the essential physical model has not changed. Of course, the capacity of the links, et cetera, the capabilities within each platform have, and be able to, bring this to our customers so that they can easily consume it. And to be clear, all of these validated designs, these converged infrastructure stacks are, worked in tandem with our partner to make sure that it captures their best practices as well as our best practice to really minimize risk and, accelerate deployment. So we have done some NVMe over Fabric testing. We started with some initial RHEL implementations, Linux implementations that were supported. This is the first configuration. I know we had some conversations earlier around performance numbers. There are white papers both on flexpod.com, cisco.com, as well as the NetApp site that capture some of the numbers that we saw in this implementation. I didn't bring any to the table here to be candid. But the key point is that just as Kamal was talking about MDS, Nexus, now we have UCS. We bring everything from a Cisco, to the table to make sure we can get the best out of our storage performance in this NVMe over fiber channel perspective. We've done the same thing with FlashStack. Now this one was recently released, and this is our Oracle 19C. This is based on both the container model as well as the classic Oracle implementation. I'm not going to walk, if you look at the model, it should look very familiar to FlexPod, except from what we've done is optimize it from a logical perspective, what's happening in Pure, and obviously what Oracle's requirements are from a database perspective. So, they get the benefit, all the goodness that Kamal indicated in terms of, lower CPU, higher IOPS, lower latency, all within the same common design that which allows our FlexPod, or in this case, our FlashStack customers to easily migrate to this, NVMe over RoCE implementation that we're showing here, okay, with Oracle. So, we're leveraging the best in terms of the latest and greatest, and we're allowing our customers to take this journey from a stack perspective. But how are we kind of tying this all together? And I think, someone who mentioned, I didn't catch the gentleman's name, was asked about SaaS offerings. Well, from a compute perspective, we launched Cisco Intersight, going back here, probably 2017, late 2016, we started talking about this software offering around UCS. And what it is it allows us to manage our UCS systems, from the cloud, as well as our hyper-converged infrastructure, in addition to other elements. And we have something that we call a device connector. It's built into our UCS director, which allows you to orchestrate. So you can attach Intersight to UCS director. It also has device connectors in DCNM as well as in APIC. Now today, just to be candid, this is a crawl, walk, run. The implementation of the device connector really just allows you to get visibility that the DCNM is there, what the health of it is, et cetera. All the management configuration policy is still resides within DCNM or APIC, just to be clear. Now, the Intersight Assist Appliance, which you see to the right, is actually a VM implementation that allows us to develop SDKs with our partners so that they can, basically extend this to third-party devices. We support Pure Storage, which I'll go into some detail in a little bit. We have VMware vCenter. We're working with our other storage partners, to make this a reality for them so that really from, a single pane of glass will give you enough information as an administrator, to see potentially where the problems are, to take certain actions. And of course, Intersight has its own orchestration engine, so workflows can be done as well. So this is the, high level vision of what we have with Intersight today. And this is the implementation. I won't go through all the details in the interest of time, but you do have, this does have certain capabilities with Intersight, meaning we have connected TAC, which is basically we can get P-certs, we get CVEs, security advisories, we can see those. You can automatically do RMAs in certain instances. So as this system gets smarter, and to be clear, this is, AI ops on the, we're learning, as we get more and more devices, and we have over 500,000 UCS servers registered to the service today. We get smarter. We certainly want to pass that on to our customers so that the experience is foolproof. And it all comes on this this engine that we have today. So just to tie this back to some of our storage partnerships, we started working with Pure, a year or so ago on their inventory, an introduction through an SDK into Intersight. We have an orchestration tool that's available to it, so you can get general inventory information. You can perform general tasks all through our Intersight against your Pure storage environments. It has role-based access control, so you can define what workflows certain users can use, who's a storage admin, who's not, and it has a workflow designer as well. So this is, for us within the, Cisco is a huge strategy for us to allow this ecosystem to grow and provide, not take control of everything. I mean, that's not the vision, but to give everyone enough information and give them enough access and control from this point of glass where they can make the right decision. Of course, Intersight has Restful API, it has northbound APIs as well that you can take in, Terraform providers, what have you. So you can also write to this if you have other tools that you want Intersight to be, to provide services to. So,
hey Chris, can I ask? Yeah. You talk about workflows there. Can you give some examples of the kind of workflows that you'd be able to do?
So, at the task level, you can create LUNs, you can, delete LUNs or something along those lines. But you can also, have something where if you wanted to say add a host or add, because we also integrate with vCenter, you could start stepping through these different mechanisms, right? And if you think about it, our solutions such as FlexPod, FlashStack, what have you, we've been documenting best practices on how to build these things out anyway. It just happened to be in a PDF. We're certainly looking forward to, bringing this to you in kind of an electronic format, pre-built workflows. Now, I'm not sure exactly how that's going to be digested, but that's the vision. And as these SDKs, as these tasks and inventories are exposed by our partners, and to be clear, Pure or NetApp or what have you, they need to agree to what they want to expose, right? I mean, it's at the end of the day, it's their business as well.
So is it kind of an opportunity to build, kind of a marketplace approach to this kind of stack of technology? So, we're all thinking as your marketplace, AWS marketplace, but private cloud type stuff?
Well, yeah, I mean, I think that's the right way to think. That's the way I'm thinking of it. I feel right now we're just on the verge. So you'll see in the next few months a lot of this stuff coming to light. I know we're not supposed to talk too much in the future, maybe in the next session, but yeah, those types of things. So the workflow engine is there. I'm not sure if you can see it. There's an orchestration tab there on the left, and that's where you'll get the ability to drag and drop. And if you're familiar with UCS Director, it's a very visual approach to creating flows.